If you want to significantly improve your chances of success with your digital marketing journey, right? Whether you're selling digital products or physical products, does not matter. But if you want to significantly improve your odds of success, there is one specific thing that I highly encourage you to start doing if you're not doing it already, okay? And I'll give you several reasons why it is important to do so, all right? Now, if you're joining me for the first time, please do me a favor. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button below. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you're notified every single time I release a new video, right? On this channel, I predominantly talk about online business, right? Self-development occasionally, and basically documenting my journey to financial independence. Now, that's something I'm going to be elaborating on or covering in more detail further down the line. Right now, I'm more so in that building phase with the, online business. So if that kind of stuff is of interest to you, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. All right. Now, if you're just getting started with, digital marketing, affiliate marketing, whatever that is, right? You will very well know that what we do online is one of those things that is extremely it can be like a lonely business, right? And lonely from the standpoint that when it comes to like this online marketing and digital marketing stuff, right? It's not that mainstream, right? If I ask you right now, like, how often is it that you come across people in your day-to-day life, right? And with everything that you do in your, in your regular life outside of being on the internet, right? How often is it that you come across people, whether it's in the street, grocery store, your friends, people that you meet, that are actually doing the same thing that we're doing right here, right? With affiliate marketing, digital marketing. And I can already tell you the answer is not often, right? As a matter of fact, probably hardly ever, right? And so it is extremely important, right, that you do try to mingle or network with people that are in our industry, right? So that is the number one. That is the one thing that I'm suggesting that you really really need to do, right? Start networking, having conversations with people who are also on a similar journey as you, who are probably also at a similar, ideally people who are at a similar level as you, right? As much as you're also talking to people who are much more advanced than you at a much higher level, right? Because you're trying to learn from them and all that type of stuff, right? But it's really important. It's really important, especially for your mindset, right? Because if you're one of those that, let's say you're one of those who was not who basically was skeptical about this stuff to begin with, right? If you had doubts that it works, and even if you do believe that it works, like, is it going to work for you and all that type of stuff, it helps tremendously when you are dealing and networking and discussing and talking with people who are having, who are on a similar path as you, and who are actually having success, right? The ones who are actually having success, who have been where you've been, who have been where you are right now, right? Like, especially if you're just getting started, okay? It's good to talk to people that are having the kind of results that you're looking to have, right? Especially if they're especially if they are on the earlier part of their journey, right? Like just a few steps ahead of you. It's hard. You know, People who are just getting started, right? And it's not that easy. It's actually, it seems a little more far fetched to be able to hit like some of the kind of numbers that the people who are way more advanced, who've been doing this for much longer, right? They can't relate to those, because those are people who are like way ahead. And when I say people who are way ahead, I'm talking about people who are already hitting, multiple six figures, and the way they operate is going to be very different from the way the people who are just getting started operate, right? So it's important to to meet people who are like around your level, so you can exchange notes and get ideas of what's working, what's not working, or how, how long, because here's a big one, for instance, like how long can you expect to take before you start hitting your first sales, right? And it's always good when you can see other people who are also just getting started sharing their journeys, and you can see where they are or how long it has taken them to make X number of dollars, or how long it has taken them to make their first set, their first sales and all that type of stuff. It definitely serves as a source of encouragement for people who are for people who are just getting started. Okay, it definitely serves as a source of encouragement because it like I said, it's extremely, if you have doubts, right, and you don't know when that first sale is going to come, right, and you see yourself constantly working and doing stuff and you're not seeing results, it's easy to it's easy to give up, right? It's easy to fall aside and just stop altogether, right? And that can be sped up, right? That process that process of giving up and not following through with everything that you're trying to do can be sped up by working at this stuff alone, right? Like I mentioned earlier in the video, it's a very lonely type of business because it's not like you're in an office, right? This is not like your typical 9 to 5 where you're actually going to a brick and mortar office and you're meeting other people and you got your colleagues, your coworkers, and you're doing stuff together. Yes, people work from home now, right? There are a lot of 9 to 5 work from home jobs, but guess what? Even though they are work from home jobs and they're 9 to 5s, you're still dealing with your coworkers, right? You're still communicating, you're still getting support, you're still providing support, right? Online, when you do this digital marketing stuff, promoting products, whether it's as a product owner or an affiliate, whatever the case may be, you have to be intentional about seeking out those relationships and having people that you can talk to and bounce ideas off of, or whether it's, it can be mentors or whatever the case may be, right? But you actually have to do that. Now, if you're probably wondering where is the place to meet such people, right? Well, I think at this point you would know that it's through the various different social media platforms, right? Where we pretty much hang out, where we pretty much do a lot of our social media marketing and all that type of stuff, right? YouTube, obviously, if you go comment on other people's videos, that's great and all, but I would say you're better off on platforms like Threads and predominantly Instagram, right? Because you have and even Facebook, right? Because you have the ability to instantly connect with people, direct message people, right? If you start following each other, right? The people is following people, different people's social media platforms, seeing how they're doing, you can connect with people right there and have conversation. And I can tell you right now, like some of the best conversations I've had and people that I've met, a lot of them have been online, right? People that I've never actually met in person, right? People that I've never met in person that I communicate with on a regular basis, right? Throughout the week, and it's especially if you're both working on the same thing or promoting the same thing, right? That's Instagram. I would say basically any of the various different social media platforms, right? Whichever one it is that you hang out on the most, whether that's TikTok, Insta, but personally for me, I would say Instagram and Threads, right? Actually, you can't even direct message each other on Threads. So basically, people will meet on Threads through comments or posts, or right, reacting to each other's posts, and then if you want to connect further, the place to go do that now, since Threads belongs to Instagram, you just go private message each other on Instagram. Okay, so that's something that if you're not doing right now, I would highly encourage you to start doing that, because it will greatly increase your chances of success. Now, if you're one of those that's just getting started and you don't know where to get started, you would like to get into digital marketing and learn the basics and the foundations and learn how to start making money and all that type stuff, I would highly encourage you to check out the links I have in the description below this video. The first one is going to be one showing you how to grow and monetize your Threads account, right? A Threads profile, right? This is Instagram's version of like X or Twitter, whatever, however you want to call it. And then the second link in the description below will be to another course that will show you how to basically give you a foundational education on digital marketing and how to promote all these different products, digital products, physical products on the other social media platforms like Pinterest, Instagram, predominantly TikTok, and Facebook, I suppose, and all that. But anyway, once you have the basics, the foundation, you can apply to the various different platforms. All right. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, just put them in the comment section below. I will be sure to respond, and I will catch you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Ciao.